Hi and welcome to another vlog. Today is the 28th of December, coming to the close of this year, but it's also in other places known as Good Riddance Day. Now, Good Riddance Day is a Latin American tradition. It's a ritual which involves you stuffing dolls with objects that remind you of bad memories and then incinerating them, setting fire to them to let go of them. Now, at first glance, this may seem like a little strange idea, but actually when you start to think about it more and more, you can understand why taking the time to think about things that may have limited you, may have made you feel bad about yourself, relationships that might have been wrong, and also anything that's kind of prevented you from making positive progress. It's actually a great idea to think about those, but then to put them into a scenario where you feel you're letting go. And essentially that's what Good Riddance Day is. It's about accepting that these things have affected us. It's about recognising that as humans, we often go through times that are not as positive as we would like them to be. But essentially it's about taking control over those situations and reframing them so that you feel that you're able to let go. Now, the only thing that I would say if you are somebody who thinks, well, actually, you know what? This kind of ritual could be really helpful for me. And you don't need to do it today. It could be any time. It could be after you leave a job that you're unhappy in, or after you get out of a relationship that's been limiting you, or even if a friendship's gone sour, you know, to actually at some point in your year to culminate the things that you feel have really restricted you and have affected you psychologically, and to kind of explore what they served in your life, to draw the lessons from those experiences, but then to take all that negativity and to just place it somewhere else and to let go. Because essentially when we do that, we create agency. And if you've watched any of my videos, you will know that I talk a lot about agency, which is recognizing that you're in the driving seat of life. But when you start feeling that you're in control again and that you are in that driving seat, essentially all of those bad memories, all of those bad experiences, they serve a purpose because you learn from them. So the only thing I would be mindful of if you decide to take part in Good Riddance Day, or you decide on a ritual at some point in the future where you can apply these ideas, is that you can't simply let go of things that have affected you. If you have bad memories that are playing on your mind, if you have scars that have affected you from relationships, if you have memories from childhood that are very painful, it's not quite as simple as packaging them all into something and setting fire to it and then walking forward and feeling that they're not going to affect you. Because in that circumstance, you've not had process. And process is, in my opinion, the most important part of getting over bad situations. So before you simply stuff a doll full of your bad thoughts and feelings and then set fire to it, you need to think about what happened to you, the part you played in it, because often we need to take responsibility for the things that have happened to us. It's not a blame situation, it's simply accepting that we were part of it. If we remained in a bad situation relationship-wise, we were part of it. If we were in a job that made us feel terrible, we were part of it. We were making those choices. And that isn't about saying you're to blame. It's actually the opposite. It's saying, you know, that we all have to accept responsibility. We all have to accept that sometimes we stay in situations that don't make us happy. But if we learn from that, then we can use it positively to move forward in our lives. So before you just throw all those feelings away and let go, think about, firstly, why the events happened. Secondly, no matter how awful they were, what did you learn from them? You know, very often we like to avoid or deny bad times, but they have a huge amount of process and progress that they can offer us. Recognising what was it that I learned from that, even if it was just never to go back again. That's still a lesson, and fundamentally you need to harness that. You need to apply its lessons, and that will prevent you from making the same mistakes again. And secondly, when something is recurring and you keep having these bad thoughts, you need to work through them. So it's not just about taking the lessons from the event. It's about saying, what damage has it done? And what do I need to tend to now? What part of me needs healing? For some people that might be going and starting yoga and doing some formal mindfulness. For some people that might mean going for long walks with nature and just reflecting on what's happened in their world and kind of making peace with it. And once you've worked through those feelings and often reframed them, so being able to, as I said, take some responsibility, recognise that you're not going to go there again, and acknowledge that you're in control now, well, those bad memories aren't quite as bad, because suddenly you're in that driving seat, you're in control, and you can make things work for you. So I would ask you all today to think about anything that really has limited you, any negative feelings that are residing, because we're about to enter a new year. And I know it's old hat saying a new year, a new start, but I'm a massive believer that when you make an active choice to make something better, then you will essentially manifest that. So think about what you can do this year to ensure that you don't have to worry about a good riddance day in the future, because you've already made peace throughout the year with all of those feelings. I wish you a very happy Good Riddance Day. And as I said, let's think about how we can make 2017 the best year ever.